Welcome to the e-learning platform of Kadi Sarva Vishwavidyalaya. Today we are going to understand the question number 3 from the chapter Valuation of Goodwill. Okay, let us start with which question? Sum number 3, valuation of goodwill, and which method we are going to talk? Super profit method. Okay, fine. Now, how many steps we have to go through? There are total 5 steps. Step number 1, capital employed. Step number 2, expected profit. 3, average profit. 4, super profit. And 5, finally, the valuation of goodwill, that is goodwill calculation. Let us start with the step number 1, which we have to talk about, is the capital employed. Capital employed is equal to total assets minus total liabilities. Now let us calculate first the total assets. For calculation of the total assets, we will take into consideration the asset side of our balance sheet. Okay, and one by one we will talk about every asset which is specified in our balance sheet over here. Okay. So, the very first asset, goodwill, we are not supposed to consider. Next, we have been given building at cost to rupees 7 lakhs. Now, the question is there already with you. Okay. Now, wherein the instruction number 1 talks about the market value of the building is rupees 9 lakhs. So, whenever the market value of any of the asset is given, you have to consider the market value only for the calculation of capital employed. So, that is why building I have written 9 lakhs, that is the market value. After that, the machinery rupees 8 lakhs we have been given, and simultaneously on the liability side we have been given the depreciation fund for machinery rupees 1 lakhs. You can see on your liability side. So, 8 lakhs the cost of machinery minus 1 lakh the depreciation fund. How much we are left with the machinery? Rupees 7 lakhs. Then after we have been provided with the investments. Now there are 2 investments which are been given to us. Number 1, that is 10% taxable investment, which we are not going to consider over here as it is a non-trading investment. So, non-trading investment will never form the part of capital employed while calculation of the goodwill. But on the other hand, one more investment is there, that is shares in subsidiary company. Yes, the shares in subsidiary companies is rupees 1 lakh, and that investment we have going to consider over here because it is the investment which is related to the business activity, and only business activities will form the part of the valuation of goodwill. The next asset which we have been provided is the stock of rupees 2,80,000, debtors of rupees 1,90,000, that is after deducting bad debt reserve. Then we have cash and bank balance of rupees 80,000, then prepaid expenses of rupees 30,000. Apart from that, advertisement suspense account being the fictitious account, it will not form the part of capital employed, and that is how we are ended with the asset side of our balance sheet. If we can take the total of all these, you will get 22,80,000, that is total assets, and we will name it as A. Now, calculate the total liabilities. Let us start with the liability side of the balance sheet. We will start from the bottom. Okay. So, depreciation fund we have already considered. For machinery, building, because the market value has been taken care of, this is not to be considered. Then we have been given the workman profit sharing fund. Yes, workman profit sharing fund, which is at rupees 70,000, we will write down over here as a liability. Then workman compensation fund is not the liability as it is the discretionary on the part of the company. It will not form the part of the total liabilities over here. Then we have the provision for taxation rupees 2 lakhs, then the outstanding expenses of rupees 10,000, bills payable of rupees 50,000, creditors of rupees 1,50,000, and 15% debentures of rupees 4 lakhs. That is how we are done with all the liabilities which are there into our balance sheet. If you can total this, you will get B, that is rupees 1 lakh, sorry, that is rupees 8 lakhs 80,000. So, A, the total assets, minus B, the total liabilities, you will get 14 lakhs over here as your net asset. Apart from that, in our balance sheet, we have been provided with the 10% preference share capital of rupees 3 lakhs, and that has to be paid back. Yes, and that is why we are going to deduct that from our net asset of rupees 14 lakhs. So, that is how you are arriving at the capital employed of rupees 11 lakhs over here. The capital employed of rupees 11 lakhs over here. So, we are done with our step number 1, that is calculation of the capital employed. Okay. Now, let us start with the step number 2, that is expected profit. Step number 2, that is our expected profit. So, expected profit is equal to capital employed into expected rate of return. We have been given in our sum instruction number 2, that is the ERR is 10%, and the capital employed which we have calculated is rupees 11 lakhs. So, 11 lakhs into 10%, if you can calculate, you will get the expected profit of rupees 1,10,000, and we are done with our step number 2. Now, the step number 3, that is the calculation of average profit. Yes. Now, we have been told that you have to take into consideration the weighted average profit method for 3 years for the calculation of average profit. Okay. Now, if you can check out your question, in the entire question you have not been provided any profit for any of the year, but a single line has been written over there that the profit of the company before tax for last 3 years is increasing every year by rupees 90,000. Yes. This is what the base with the help of which we could make out our profit for last 3 years. Okay. Now, fine. On the liability side, you have been provided with the provision for taxation at the rate of 50%. The provision for taxation at the rate of 50%, that is rupees 2 lakhs. If the provision for taxation for our current year, that is for 31st March 2020 is rupees 2 lakhs, then the profit would be obviously double of rupees 2 lakhs. That is why for the year 2019-20 our profit will become rupees 4 lakhs. Our profit will become rupees 4 lakhs. Yes. Now, what we have been instructed that every year the profit before tax for last 3 years increasing by 90,000. It means for the year 1920, if the profit is of rupees 40,000, for the previous year 2018-19 it must be rupees 3,10,000. Yes, and prior to that it must be rupees 2,20,000. How am I concluding with this? 2,20,000 plus 90,000. How much you are getting? 3,10,000. It means what? The profit is increasing every year by rupees 90,000. Yes, and if it is 3,10,000 in the year 2018-19, if you are adding 90,000 over here, how much it will be? Rupees 4 lakhs, and that is how we are deriving all our profits for all the 3 years. Now, to calculate the weighted average profit, what you want? Year, profit, weights and weighted profits. Yes, the years are 2017-18, 18-19 and 19-20. The profit which we have calculated 2,20,000, 3,10,000 and rupees 4 lakhs. The weights 1, 2 and the 3. Okay. Fine. Now, how will you calculate the weighted profit? Here, profit multiplied by weights, that is why 2,20,000 multiplied by 1, you will get 2,20,000, 3,10,000 into 2, 6,20,000, 4 lakhs into 3, you are getting 12 lakhs. If you can take the total of all these three, you will get the total weighted profit of rupees 20 lakhs 40,000, and the total weights are 6, that is 3 plus 2 plus 1. Okay. Now, weighted average profit is equal to total weighted profit divided by total weights. Both the things are there with us. We have the total weighted profit of rupees 20 lakhs 40,000 and the total weight 6. So, if you can solve this equation, you will get 3 lakh 40,000 as your average profit. Now, before we could conclude on the average profit, there are three things which have been provided to us, which are compulsorily to be considered while calculating the average profit. Number one, interest on non-trading investment, the tax obligations, and the dividend on the preference share capital. Okay. So, the non-trading investment we have been given in our balance sheet asset side, that is 10% taxable investment of rupees 1 lakh, that is the face value of it is rupees 1 lakh. So, we are supposed to deduct the interest from such investment. Then the tax liability at the rate of 50% we just cannot forget, and the dividend payment to our preference share holders. This is what we have to take into consideration while concluding on our average profit. So, to conclude with our average profit, how will we go for average profit? 3,40,000 minus the interest on non-trading investment. The investments are rupees 1 lakh, 10% is the rate of interest, 10,000 would be the ROI which we are going to deduct from our average profit. 3,40,000 minus 10,000, how much you are getting? 3,30,000 minus 50% tax obligation. So, 3,30,000 into 50%, you are getting 1,65,000 as your tax liability. If you can deduct this, you are getting 1,65,000 as profit after tax. Okay. Fine. Now, the next turn is a payment of dividend, preference dividend. You have been given the preference capital of rupees 3 lakhs in your balance sheet, and that is of 10%. So, 3 lakhs into 10% preference dividend. How much you have to pay as a preference dividend? Rupees 30,000. So, 1,65,000 minus 30,000. You are now with your average profit of rupees 1,35,000. Remember one thing, that the instructions related to the non-trading investments, the tax liabilities and the preference dividends are the implied adjustments. There won't be any clarification for the same, and students have to understand this and give the necessary impact. Okay. So, how much we have derived at average profit? 1,35,000. So, that is how we are completing with our step number 3. Now, let us start with step number 4, that is calculation of the super profit. How will you calculate super profit? Super profit is equal to average profit minus expected profit. Expected profit we have already calculated at our step number 2, that is 1,10,000. Average profit just now we have calculated rupees 1,35,000. So, 1,35,000 minus 1,10,000, you are getting the super profit of rupees 25,000, and this is what step number 4. The last step is step number 5, that is calculation of the goodwill. Goodwill is equal to super profit into number of years of purchase. We have been instructed to calculate the goodwill for 3 years of purchase. So, 25,000 as step number 4 super profit, which we have calculated just now, into 3 years of purchase. How much amount of goodwill you are deriving at now? Rupees 75,000. So, the goodwill here is rupees 75,000. Thank you. Welcome to the e-learning platform of Kari Sarva Vishwa. Welcome to the e-learning platform. अरे यार, सेव आ गई है चलो.